Welcome back, everybody. It's championship weekend here, Saturday at the 2025 Pan Am American Open Snooker Championship. What a match we have here. It's only the Sweet 16, but this could be a final. Renat Denkha of the USA taking on Noel Rodriguez of Brazil. It's a best-of-7 match. David Burney's in the booth. We're at the Arian Snooker Club in Sacramento, California. This is a tough one to tell. I really, on the onset, we got a taste of how Renat played against the Brazilians in the round robin of the senior side that ran before this tournament. Renat definitely made it interesting for Igor, and Noel was that runner-up in the senior side. So it's just going to be who can capitalize on the mistakes. Thanks for tuning in, Roland. Yes, we'll see how the day goes, but right now, if you want to check out any of the other Canadians, there's Charlie Brown and Jason Williams in action. Take a look at cloudsnooker.com, cloudsnooker.com. That has the live scoring tab there of this championship. Oh, and Levi Myler as well. Can't forget Levi. Still a few Canadians alive in this tournament. I'm glad that you're tuning in. We have 2 matches on the PAPSA YouTube channel. We're happy that you're tuning into this one. It's on table 4 as well. There's table 1, and that's Daniel Holoida taking on Darren Taylor. Unfortunately, there's no commentary on that, but some bonus footage for you over there. His luck. I think he's not got a good split there. He could have drawn back on that black. So there were some reds in the open there. That's what we like to see on the chat. Thanks everybody chiming in. Arif Mahmood saying it's a mouth-watering match. It sure is. Putting his appreciation for Renat. Always good seeing you in the Arif. Too bad your tournament came to a close prematurely. And Willis Santo raising the Brazilian flag, and Workoff letting us know that Noel is the GOAT. Pacey on that last shot that Renat had. Noel. Red into the top left corner. Didn't opt for it. So a slim 22-point advantage early on in this first frame. Renat's done well to find the gap there, acknowledged by a tap on the table from his opponent. respect between these opponents. Both know they've got to be pinpoint precise with their safety. If they falter, their opponent can score heavily. Luckily it was just a flick on that red for Noel. It was a full-blooded kiss. He could be in trouble. And that reigning U.S. national champion has won it back-to-back years, 2024 and 2025. He recently was crowned the American Masters champion as well in a thrilling match against Davy Morris from Ireland. Great tournament held in this city back in March. Reef is predicting a decider. Well, that is a bold but I think accurate description. Oh, and that could be a slice of good fortune there for Renat. Not really on a great on a color. That red just slowly fell into the top right. Yeah, sometimes you got pot ferociously like a lion, but you have to have a touch of an angel at times just to get that nice cue ball tucked behind that brown and give your opponent a little bit of bother. As with no referees at the table, they are still playing 4 attempts, 3 putbacks on a foul and a miss situation, as Noel is in right now. Oh, nice little flick there for Noel. Oh, hey, MCQ Sports, you spoiled me. Thanks for making me blush in the booth there, calling me your hero. But AMCQ Sports doing a great job here to promote snooker in America. We're happy and excited to go over to Ireland in October. It'll be the next event I will be commentating on. It's getting a little tactical in this first frame. See, once the safety exchange happens, he's going to push color balls and reds into unusual positions. When you can make long pots like Renat, this is a good opportunity. Got a great bounce. Tightly to this green. It's got the pace. Will has asked me to say Vicunas Germani. My Portuguese isn't that great. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that well. Decent second effort there. But this is Renat get back into it. Hello, Christian Youngers. Thanks for the warm comments. Missing you, good sir. Hope everything's going well for you out there in Virginia. The real heroes are on the table here. They're putting on the show. Is there a gap there between the pink and blue? Okay, a bit high on that green. So that break stops at 9, but still a close, nervy first frame. It's the first match of the day, so players maybe battling a little bit of the cobwebs, trying to clear that up. There's a pathway by the blue to get that red close to the top right corner. Just trying to develop that black a little bit, but he's okay. It's got the yellow or brown. She's going to have to come up the bulk cushion to come back down for another red. Starting to look a great chance for Renat here to take the first frame. Got some work to do, but at least he's got 3 reds out in the open. Completely agree. Sam McGrath tuning in. Great to see you again, Sam. First time he played in this tournament, and saying he really enjoyed himself. And I wholeheartedly agree. Abdul and his team here at the Aaron Snooker Club have done a wonderful job of hosting. Rather short notice. Was supposed to be at a different club in Sacramento, but things had happened there, as can happen in life, that it wasn't meant to be. So President Ajaya Pradakar reached out to Abdul, and Abdul happily took on the challenge of hosting this event in short-term notice. Obviously had a little battle with Mother Nature early on, so that's why there's a bit of a relaxed dress code. It was unseasonably warm here getting into September in Northern California. Unfortunately, he had a little trouble with his air conditioning unit. Things have seemed to cool down, but the action here is still red hot. Falters on the yellow there. Thin cut here for Noel. This is a great room, but with these 6x12 tables, sometimes players have to wait for the table. Sometimes we have to switch the camera because a player might inadvertently be in our camera way. He's had a nice result there. It was a thin, tough cut. A nice blocker there, dead in the pace of the cue ball, stopping Renat from hitting either the other two, just this one, near the top left corner. That's a poor safety shot. It's given Noel a shot at this red into the top right. On that angle, he can hopefully develop the black. Just got to be mindful of the yellow. If I'm Renat, I'm taking a look just to see. Nicely played. It's a tough blue, obviously, going over the red. Successful hit. Doesn't look like it's touching ball there. Certainly is close, but Noel would announce that it was touching ball to his opponent just to make sure everyone's in agreements. everybody tuning in the stream, but if you are in the Sacramento area, feel free to stop by and say hello. Admission is free to this event. There's some great seating in the room, some cool drinks in the fridge. Let's give a good playing atmosphere that these players deserve. This is probably the #1 prestigious event in the Americas. Doesn't matter if you're from alert Northwest Territories in Canada all the way down to Buenos Aires in Argentina, you can participate in this great tournament. That might be a mistake there by Renat. This is where Noel needs to capitalize and take the frame. Be a tough clearance. That green close to the pink ball. Really only brown and blue on their spots. Great little snooker there. He had great pace and welded his cue ball tight behind that pink. It's a nice hit by Renat. Just going to take a look back at that. No, beautiful snooker there by Noel. Was able to get out of the snooker, but left the red, or the green I should say, open. Ooh, that needs to run. It's potential for a thin cut into the yellow pocket with this green. Brown is his frame ball. We'll put him 19 up with 18 on the table, but he's just a little extra piece of equipment. Retorts back to his cue case to get the mini butt. Hello, Katarina and Pedro. Katarina, young Daniel is on our other stream channel, on the PAPSA channel. They're on table 1, we're on table 4. Daniel's taking on Darren Taylor of America. There's no commentary on that stream, but if you want to pop in and see how your son is doing, you're more than welcome. I won't take offense. So Noel Rodriguez taking this first frame at a best of 7. Let's see how the man from Chicago can respond. They'll be coming back to the table. There's a concession there. So 55 to 31. Noel takes the first frame. We'll step aside and come back with frame 2. Back. Noel Rodriguez, fresh off a first frame victory, breaks off. It's got a decent result. Your typical break-off shot, but this cue ball ran into red, coming back up table. But I don't think he should be penalized too heavily. That's going to get the cover. It's a thin cut. That red near the top left corner. But it looks like it's right on the cushion. Looks like Noel's going to take this open red on the right side. Little kiss. Gonna run through and hopefully be on that red I previously mentioned to the top left after this blue. Karki is just inquiring about a score on the Darren Taylor and Daniel Haloida match. It seems like there's just a little technical issue with their scoring tablet. Hopefully they will rectify that problem after that second frame concludes. Like Renat might be eyeing up this long plant here, pretty much just taking that red left of the black, just play it like you wanted to pot it. So the angle that you're taking it on will knock in that other red. Got that thin red along the right cushion. Come off and knock it in. Would have been some shot. Looks to the heavens there. Hopefully he's not too punished too heavily, but you can see in the senior side when Noel was taking on fellow countryman Fabiano. Fabiano made one mistake in the well ran a 1-3-4. But that was in the senior side. So whole new kettle of fish here. Oh, he's got a great angle on this blue. Stunning into it, smash into that pink and just open these reds like you're shaking the cherry tree. Okay, he's just not wanting to rattle the bush just yet. Wants to just clip off some reds. Once again, he's back in that beautiful spot on the blue, right side, natural angle, going down table. Take two. Oh, he's got a good split there. It's black for the half century and building. Poetry in motion right here. Great stuff by the Brazilian. Noel just needs red and color. So the snooker's required stage. Just having a glance at the scoreboard, seeing what he needs to do, and just waiting for young Daniel Haloida to take his shot. It can be pretty tight in the room sometimes. bit easier. I'd like to get a couple more reds and colors at least, just to create distance that Renat won't come back to the table at all. Great position on that black, just to stun up for that red left of the pink. He's got 83. The century certainly is on. Could get a maximum of a 1-3-4. With this red, it's going to be tough to hold for the black. Big shot here for him to keep the century alive. Wow. It's a great red there. He's in prime position on the pink. Just take a look at that last red. Great focus. Another big red. All right, the century's on. This pink to put him into triple digits. Wonderfully done. Crowd shows their appreciation. Now can he run out the table? Put together a 1-3-0. Right now, Igor Figueiredo has the high run of the open side of the tournament. Just takes a little sip of water. Focuses nerves. Brown's just going to be the tricky one. He can take yellow and green and be the holder of the high run with a 108, but he'd definitely like to put his mark and get a 1-3-0. Important shot here. Green to brown. That brown off its spot. Simply beautiful. 1-3-0 still on. Straight on the blue. Doesn't matter. Can roll it through or pull it back. Just whatever he's more comfortable with. Vamos, Noel, let's go, let's go. And the 1-3. Look at that emotion there. 1-3-0 break to snatch that second frame. Well done. Little emotion. Then his opponent Renat, first one to congratulate him on a great break. So we'll step aside and be right back with frame 3. And well, Renat breaking off to get the third frame going. So scheduling note, obviously when we play these best of sevens, usually after the fourth frame there's a mid-session interval, but a player cannot win outright without a break. So if Noel does go up 3-0, there will be a 10-minute break. But hopefully for all the Renat supporters, that doesn't happen, and Renat can get his first on the board. And it's a good red for Renat. You know, all Renat's got to think is that just one frame. There's 7 frames potentially to play. And we in Northern America definitely know that Mr. Denkha can certainly put together a century break as well. Might just come just a bit too far. As you can see, that open red on the left side does not go. It all came down to that split that Noel had. He had a chance once, elected to not go into the bunch and just take off a red, but then he pretty much had a similar shot, 2 shots ahead, and decided to go in and open up the reds beautifully, and then the rest was history for that 1-3-0 break. He's giving Renata a long red to the top left. Not a lot of distance between cue ball and object ball, but the object ball's got to run a long ways, almost 9 feet. And Renat not interested. Just going to play for the snooker. Well, should be able to hit a red. Just where does his cue ball end up in relation to the next red? Needs a bit more pace. He's got the line. Yeah, I wasn't going to make the same mistake twice. Hasn't really sold anything out. might have a shot to nothing, just that red below the pack. He's playing that with a shot to something, trying to fire that red in on the left side of the table. It does go into the green pocket. Boy, does he have to negotiate a lot of reds and a pink to go over for Renat. So I don't know if he really likes it that much. It's a thin cut of a red on the left side. This is a nasty bit of work there. Now kind of tying up the black, I think. Looks okay, actually, now from that angle. Wow, scintillating long pot there. Stunned and held nicely. Ooh. Pretty close to the cushion there. That made it just that much more difficult. Well, very disciplined. Doesn't take on the wild shots. Sure, that red might have gone into the right middle. Feeling it with this long red. Fortunate in going off there. Some nice long potting by Renat. It's going to help him know that his opponent really has to tie him up in the bulk area. Good angle on this black to open up some reds. Gonna have a bit of good fortune. How's the split? Looks like those two reds right of the pink, the bottom one. It does seem to like it going into the left middle. Not intended, but he'll take it. Raises a hand. Wanted that red to go into the left middle and played it with pace to get back on the black. Unfortunately, hit the horn and zoomed right back to the top right corner. So sometimes you have to have a bit of good fortune in this game. But to get to a quarterfinal or a Sweet 16 of a prestigious tournament, you can't luck your way all the way. You have to have skill, and both these players are showing it. Great chance for Renat to take this third frame. Good rebound after that 1-3-0 break by Noel in the previous frame. Well, he's got the half century, 54 and building. Doesn't have the frame just yet. Breathe a little easier now. The frame is his. Now he can just focus on getting his own century. But it's just come a little out of position there. Double here, big shot to keep the century alive. Not going to go. He goes in off. Opponent appreciative of that great 68 break. So Renat Denkha takes that third frame 81-0. He gets his first frame on the board. Looks like we got a match. Can he tie it up to send us to the interval, or will Noel take a 3-1 advantage? We'll find out when frame 4 begins in a few short moments. Last frame before the mid-session interval. Kind of started off a little slow, as usually you'll see in those first frames, but the fireworks have come. Great 68, breaking that previous aim by Renat, but an impressive 1-3-0 leading the tournament so far with the high run. Noel Rodriguez of Brazil. Double, and what is this going to bring here? Noel's got a nice angle if he wants to really erupt the reds. Nice angle. It's got that open red on the bottom of the cluster. nice yellow there to come back for that open red. Ewan's got another red. He's on right to the top left. So a great opportunity here for Noel. Oh yeah, it was a little awkward. Just how he was cueing that with the bridge. It was not right as rain. It was just maybe a little bit of a stretch. You gotta be careful. You can't gift your opponent chances. But Renat's got to pounce on this opportunity. This is the 20-year anniversary of the Pan American Billiards and Snooker Association. Jaya Pradhaka had a dream way back in 2004 with IBSF President Tony Hall. Gave him some great support. And in 2005, he launched this association. The tournament that we know as it is today really got kicking at 2019. That's down in Houston. That was the first time the seniors and the Open Championship were run. And potentially maybe next year we might be in for some excitement because they might put an addition of a junior side. So I was very impressed by Henrique from Brazil, 15-year-old. Youngest player in the tournament. If you go back on Paps's YouTube channel, you'll see his match against Amit Karki. Oh, the thin cut doesn't go there. Just all right because that red is blocking the potting angle. But Renat has one to the other side of the red. You know, up in Vancouver area of Canada, Rian Desani, 11-year-old, just fired off a half century in a match against his father. He always says, "Dad, don't go easy on me." He wants to be battling tough. So that's a name that we possibly could see in the future. Just got to keep at it. Peter Du, a 21-year-old, was playing in this tournament. Had a tough match against the Canadian Charlie Brown yesterday, but Charlie was severely impressed by the youngster. Just letting him know, he's like, I haven't seen people cue like that, and they've been playing the game their whole life. And Charlie's been around this wonderful game of snooker for a long time. maybe a possibility of that red in that little triangle of 3 right there, the leftmost red into the left pocket. Will shoot by the blue. So is Renat. Interested in taking on. Looks like he's going for it. That's fortunate. He's got that green by the left middle just in case he goes out of shape on a color. He's got that as a saving grace. So oh, falters on that red. Maybe just trying to get into his cue ball a bit too much. 25-20. It's looking like a great opportunity for the two-time U.S. national champion to tie up this match 2 frames apiece. Heading into the mid-session interval, but falters. Can Noel pounce? Starting red, but I think unfortunately the pink's not going to go, so blue into left middle, in and out of bulk. Big shot here. He wants to have a frame clearance run. He's got a nice angle on that black. Take it in the green pocket and stun down, and reds are open. It's a good shot here. is on for him. Just got to keep his composure. On that red, made it difficult. He gave it all the chance in the world to that right middle. Has a 23 advantage. Just a programming note. Over on our other stream on PAPSA Table 1 on the YouTube, the match between Daniel Haloida and Darren Taylor. Unfortunately, some technological bugs have hit, and scoring system is not working there, so we do apologize. Maybe you can tune in and just keep a running score at home if you're watching that match. But I'm sure the player's body language will let you know who's winning and who's losing. But that's a great red by Renat there. Is that a costly mistake by Noel? All the colors are on their spots, so it's definitely here for Renat, his fourth frame. Needs them all, but all in response, this is a practice all these players' routine, that is running the colors. You just got to pretend he's back in the club in Chicago, just practicing for this tournament. He's got a good angle on the pink to come down for the black. This would be a big steal. 48 apiece. Black for the frame. And a great black there by Renat. Well done. We've got a match, ladies and gentlemen. 2-2 going to the mid-session interval. We'll take a 10-minute break and be back with now what was a best of 7. It's a best of 3. We'll see you in 10, everybody. And we're back, everybody, in our featured match here with Renat Denkha taking on Noel Rodriguez. Tied 2 frames apiece. 5th frame, best of 7. So a potential of 3 to go. Each player needs 2 to win. So very important 5th frame here after the interval. David Burney's in the booth. We're glad that you're joining us on the PAPSA YouTube channel. This is table 4. You can also tune over to table 1. Our other match between Daniel Holoida and Darren Taylor. Unfortunately, the scoring system has gone down over on their match. It's still a great match to watch over there, but we're happy that you're tuning into this one. Looks like Renat's going to get the first chance. He's going to use the redwoods. Sure if he can, that extra tackle that he's going to put on his cue, if he can hold for the black. Using the extra equipment there. Renat gifted Noel a chance. He's got a good starter. Some loose reds, black available. Up a few reds. Slim path, but it's there for that red to the top right corner. That costly miss for Noel. Kind of just ran a little high on the black, so had to take the pink, but had to hit it with pace if he wanted to continue the break to go in and out of bulk. So now that red to the right middle's thinner than a cat's whisker. So Renat just going to be playing safe. Not punished severely for that blunder on the pink. Always going to watch out for this cue ball. 4 points towards Noel, increases his lead 21-0. Seems like Daniel Holoida and Darren Taylor have finished their match. Just an update. Daniel Holoida has whitewashed Darren Taylor by a scoreline of 4-0. So here's your first quarterfinalist. Quarterfinals are scheduled to start at 3 p.m. Pacific time today, 3 p.m. Pacific. Take a look at cloudsnooker.com, cloudsnooker.com. That was our only one hicked up match there that the scoring software was off. If that's touching ball there. If it is, that acts as the first contact. And Noel can shoot away. Not surprising, this fifth frame, very important. Put you one frame away from victory. It's got a little cagey, so just a little update from around the room. Looks like Igor Figueiredo has a 2-1 advantage over Zia Sheik. Jason Williams, the Canadian, has a 3-0 advantage over Ranish Bansal. Victor Sarkis as well, a commanding 3-0 lead over Stephen Wong. And Tom Limor has a slim 2-1 advantage over Levi Myler. And Charlie Brown and Itero Santos are knotted 1 apiece. And over here on our feature table, as you can see in the score line, it's 2-2. Good cue ball. I don't think he's going to be not red. That's below the yellow in the middle of the 3 reds. Does go to the right middle. Taking a look at it, it's a tough shot. Anything's tough when you have your cue ball tight against the cushion. Can't use a lot of the cue ball there. Just eyeing, seeing where good safe can go. Nice opening red there by Noel. Does have a 22 advantage. And a nervy fifth frame. Always come nicely on these reds. Thin red to right middle. Oh, he can't believe it. What can Renat do? He punishes his opponent. Has some reds in the open. He'll definitely have to work for it, but raises a hand as he's really nicely on that black. So a tough shot, but he does have the angle at least to get his cue ball out into the open. And it'll feel great to get that black back on its spot. Look like that red goes, but sometimes obviously using the redwoods just poses a little bit of more difficulty, but doesn't have to do a whole lot with the cue ball. You can just lightly draw it back and be on the black, and then he can take that red near the top right corner. Decision there by Renat, using those cushions. Not trying anything fancy by that small little screw back shot that I alluded to. pressure shot. This red into the left middle. Well, it's come up nice for the black as well. It's great stuff. Composing himself like an expert champion that he is. Didn't want to cannon that blue, wanted to run by it to get onto that red below the brown. Might have to cut back double on this red. Just opting for the safe shot, not wanting to risk it. Put it over the 14-point advantage for Renat over Noel in this 5th frame. Sweet 16 match. Winner unfortunately has to go home. Winner goes to the quarterfinals, I should say. Loser unfortunately is going to have to go home, and that's the yellow blocked. Ooh, that's close. I don't think he's got it. Not to put any little swerve on it with the cue ball tight to the bulk cushion. Dancing a little bit with danger there. Hasn't gone in off. That would have been very detrimental to his chance to win the frame, because it would have been ball in hand for Renat, but did not find the top right corner pocket with his cue ball, but does leave a long red into the green pocket. Oh, what's Renat doing? Oh, wow. Just got it out. Boy, can he let out a sigh of relief there. He's just angled him a bit on that red just below the pink, directly in a line with it. Wow, great shot. The plant was on there, but it was tricky. Now, what can the well make of this advantage? Puts her out in the open. So it's just throwing him off a little bit. Doesn't like that red. Thin cut definitely thought about it, but prime position on the black to come up for the red by the blue ball. Gently hitting that and playing for the red to right middle. He's got to play the shots that he's comfortable with. With pace, and his heart was in his throat there as it rattled in the jaws, but finally did drop. This is looking like an excellent chance for Noel to take this fifth frame and get one more frame to win to get into the quarterfinals. Go back and look at this great plant here by Noel. This is what really got the break going. The yellow's gone in. Brown is his frame ball. Definitely blue and pink will seal the deal. Pink in the green pocket for the fifth frame and a lead. Noel's got the advantage 3-2. Take the black to get the half century. And it's there. Round of applause from the audience there. Ooh, where's that white going? Not going anywhere anytime soon. So, important sixth frame for Renat Denkha when we come back. Can Noel put out the American, or will Renat fight to force a decider? We'll be right back with frame 6. Rodriguez breaking off in frame 6. There's a long open red there. We got some cue power there. He's brought his cue ball back into the bulk area. A little pacey on that safety shot for Noel. bait intake. He kind of was fully stretched there. Big miss there by Noel. He's going to be putting him back. So Renat's in first. He's going to continue on. Some scoring updates from around the room. Igor Figueiredo has a 3-1 advantage over Zia Sheik in the fifth frame. Zia's got a 45-point advantage. Canadian Jason Williams has a 3-1 lead at the mid-session interval. Levi Myler and Tom Lemur deadlocked at 2 apiece at the interval. And Tero Santos has a 2-1 advantage on the frame line over Charlie Brown. Find all the live up-to-date scores on cloudsnooker.com. Cloudsnooker.com. It's the 2025 Pan American Open Snooker Championship. These players are playing for an exciting 2-year professional card on the WST Tour. $8,000 as well. That'll increase your bank accounts as well. Second gets $3,000. The 2 semi-finalists get $1,000. And if you're unable to make it past the quarterfinals, you'll still get $500. Not sure what the high break prize is just yet. So I can report that back to you soon. But right now, Noel has the high break of a 1-3-0 that we saw in that second frame of this match. We are at the Aryan Snooker Club in sunny Sacramento, the capital of this wonderful state here, California. Lots of great seating, so if you're in the neighborhood, feel free to say hello. Safety shot there by Noel. And equally matched by Renat. Both players doing a great job here, just skimming out the reds. Done all right to not. He may have just glanced off the blue just a little bit. That's just the advantage that Noel needed. Still playing safe. Great tactical battle here. Both know that they let their opponent in. They can score heavily. We are at that stage where players can win a frame with one visit to the table. And this is must-win snooker for Renat. just tough to see where his path is, and containing safety, might be leaving a red on, so he's just having an extra thought about things. He's done well to find the path. Looks like Victor Sarkis as well has won his Sweet 16 match, so he'll be in the quarterfinals. Have a shot to nothing, just I'm not going to take it on, but shot, he thought he went for it. Oh, he's got a bit of fortune there. Fortunate for Renat. Well, not really on a color. Tougher and tougher to find that path back into bulk. Thin red just below the pink for Renat. See with those thin snicks, cue ball's going to be flying around the table, so there's always potential of in-offs. Neither player faulting on their safety. Well, shot to nothing on that plant. What Renat really wanted was to get his cue ball back into the ball carrier, which he has. He could glue his cue ball tight to this brown. left corner pocket. It's like nature's called, and both players just need a little comfort break. Completely allowed. See, most of the time they take it between frames. With this little stop in the action, just gonna take a look over at the room. Figueiredo still ahead on Zia Sheik 3 frames to 1, but they're tied 45 apiece in the 5th frame. Looks like they've come back to the table after the interval. Jason Williams 3-1 advantage over Rajneesh Bansal. But Rajneesh is in first and starting off a break there. Tom Lee Moore and Levi Myler knotted 2 apiece. And Itiro Santos has a 3-1 advantage over Charlie Brown. But Charlie's in first in that 5th frame. And over here, Noel Rodriguez is up 3 frames to 2 over Renat Denkha. Noel's returned to the table, and it's game on. Might have the path to that red. It's by the top right corner. The other red was hiccuping that. Canning the yellow. He's fortunate enough he's got the cue ball on the cushion, but glad to see that our broadcast has reached the Netherlands. Ed, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Great to meet you at the American Masters a few months ago, held in this great city of Sacramento. Not sure if you're going to be over there for the Nina Open in Ireland. Hopefully you can cross the water. Always great fun hanging out with some Dutch players. How did a red not go in there? Good long stare as that red's by the black spot to just scooch by into the top left pocket. Pressure shot here. Need the black to bump off, so advantage Renat. Rolled nicely. He's on the right side of the blue. Five reds open there. Unfortunately, the pink is out of commission, but black and blue available. Very nicely controlled cue ball there by Renat. Just pulled up just in time. He's got the angle to come back up for that blue after this red. Nothing Noel can do, just hopefully maybe a chance at some point. Perhaps his opponent might stutter, but what Renat needs to do right now is just clear up those open reds. He's done well to clean up all those open reds. Now comes the hard work. Awkward stance there, but that red was his frame ball. I don't think he wants to give Noel any sniff to come back to the table. It's been great clearance by Renat, really controlled. doesn't drop. But the concession is there. We are headed to a decider. I think it was predicted early on, and I wasn't disagreeing with that. So we will see what happens when we come back for an all-important 7th frame in this Sweet 16. Who's going home and who's moving on to the quarterfinals? Only time will tell. We'll be right back. Net breaking us off in the deciding frame. Handshakes by both players. Just hoping for a chance. It's not running enough. Just very nice, but see, that does go. So maybe it doesn't. Maybe that red just is a bit of a pain. First glance, I thought that was opportunity for a net, but not. Be a costly mistake by Noel. His head is in his hands there. Either blue or green, or Nat's going to need to use the rest, so just adds a little bit of difficulty to the shot. Does have that open red left of the pack. Maybe knowing the difficulty, just going to play safe off this brown and get behind the yellow. Into the blue. But not going to be taking on that red on the right side that's open. Might be in store for a great tactical exchange here, but what a snooker there by Renat. Off the reds nicely and just got a great cue ball and is putting Noel in a bit of trouble. Very important shot here. Just wants to make sure everything is safe after contact with the red. Ooh. Just surveying the table. He can shoot from there. He can put his opponent back, and he's going to be doing that. Just take a look at how long that clipped off there. Came great tactical exchange here, but 3 cushions and just nestled in right behind that red brown ball. Here comes attempt number 2 for Noel. He's close now. Don't think Renat's going to put him back, because this red does go into, as you can see, the top left corner. He's going to put him back. Success is made there. No touching ball. There is space between cue ball and the reds. Has never had the lead. Noel raced out to a 2-frame advantage early on. Had a 1-3-0 in the second frame. And that battled back to tie it at 2 going into the interval. Spread there by Noel. He came back to take the 5th frame. Put himself 1 close, and then a very tactical 6th frame, and then a really great composed clearance by Renat has put us here at 3 frames apiece in this best of 7 Sweet 16 match. Winner moves on to the quarterfinal. Slowly giving himself an opportunity. The red, he's gone through enough for the black. Good stuff by the Brazilian. Hit out the horns. Well, it's gonna need a good recovery shot. That's okay. Let's give him a shot. Thin cut on this open red into the top right. Just come off the cushion. The pink is available into the opposite corner pocket. Just hoping for an opportunity. Can't do anything but just sit and watch. Got an angle to this little cannon hole for this red into the same pocket. Then with the side just so it would bounce off that right rail. Put him in great position for this red. Just calming his nerves, taking a drink of water, checking out the scoreboard. Red's covering the pink spot. So in that case, it goes the highest point value available. Just needs one more red for his frame ball. Agreed. Good friend Dave Daly tuning in. It is a great match here, full of excitement, ups and downs. Large contingent of Brazilians are in the room and just focused on this table. Wow, what a yellow to keep the break going. I think that might be curtains for the two-time U.S. national champion Renat Denkha. Ooh, that sloops around, but handshakes there. What a match. Applause from the whole crowd, giving the thumbs up. Noel Rodriguez. A tense and great match here. Just edges Renat Denkha 4-3. What a Sweet 16 match. We're just getting started here on championship weekend. We'll be back at about 3 p.m. Pacific time, hopefully 3 p.m. for the quarterfinals. And those will be best of 7 matches too. Should be a great match. It's David Burney at the Aryan Snooker Club in Sacramento, California. It's the 2025 Pan American Open Snooker Championship. We'll see you in a bit.